Hey, we're going to kick off this video series here at the State Office for the Cooperative Extension Service in Little Rock, and we're going to interview Dr. John Anderson. I appreciate you taking some time this morning to visit with us.
Happy to be here, Blake.
Yeah, Dr. Anderson is the director for the University of Arkansas's Cooperative Extension Service. And as we get started, the purpose of this video series is to kind of connect some farmers, beginning farmers, with some resources that are available to them. And so do you mind telling us what Extension is and what your role is?
Absolutely. So Cooperative Extension has a long history. The land-grant university system in this country was established in 1862. Every state has one land-grant university, at least one land-grant university, that does direct outreach to stakeholders with information and educational programs. And we were formally established with the Smith-Lever Act in 1914. So, and a lot of universities were doing outreach activities well before that. So for over 100 years, the Extension Service has been a source of information for farmers, families, communities to help them with information they need to run their operations, to make family decisions, to do community development work. And so we are the outreach component of the land-grant university. And we're connected with the University of Arkansas Fayetteville, and we connect the stakeholders of Arkansas to the resources of the university to provide them with research-based, objective, unbiased information.
Okay. With today's prices on things, I know farming can be discouraging. We've got really high land values, we've got really high interest rates, inputs are high, and so where do you think Extension kind of sets itself as a resource for farmers in today's scenarios?
Yeah, well, it's a good question, and you've really outlined a critical scenario for our ag sector right now. It is, I've been doing this almost 30 years. I think this is probably the most difficult time I've seen in the row crop sector. Certainly, livestock sector is a little bit different deal, but in the row crop sector, things really are tough. Margins are tight. A lot of concern about the viability of operations now, even long-standing operations, and Extension is absolutely a resource for those operations, and at this time is a very critical resource, because really everything we do is geared toward helping farmers make better decisions in their operation to operate more efficiently, more cost effectively, to reduce costs, and as well on the other side to improve their marketing and understand the options that they have in terms of ways to manage risk and get a better price for their product, and make sure that they're doing the best job they can on both ends of the operation, on the cost side and the return side, because it is tough right now to find black ink in that equation. And what we do in Extension is really geared toward helping people do that. And again, a lot of what we do, whether it's soil testing, variety testing, the evaluation of new chemicals, the evaluation of crop insurance products, comparison of different marketing alternatives for farmers. Those are really all geared toward getting the most out of the least. And that's what farmers need in this environment more than anything else.
Yeah, I think farmers are resilient, and they're constantly trying to figure out how to do things better. So
absolutely, and we really are a partner with them in that, and we cooperate, and we're connected to the University of Arkansas, and so our scientists are working with research colleagues on campus to develop new technologies and kind of be at the leading edge of the most efficient and effective production practices. At the same time, we work directly on farms with producers. As a county agent, you do farm demonstrations to show people, hey, look, we've got this thing that we think might really be beneficial to farmers. Let's actually put it on some farms and ground truth it, see if it works. And so from really very, very basic leading edge research to very applied on the ground, here's how this works on farms in Arkansas, really down to the county level, that's what we're doing. And so when we put information out, it's been very thoroughly vetted. Again, it's objective, it's unbiased, and we know how it works in Arkansas.
So when I visit with farmers, they often talk about, oh, so-and-so really helped me out, or my personal experience, my county farm bureau really helped me out. And so, like, do you see extension and being involved in extension programs being a spot where someone could grow a network of farmers to help them in their operation?
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, the county agents know the farmers in their county. They can make connections between farmers in the county. We do a lot of events that bring farmers together. So I guess so they can learn from the experts we have in-house, but also so they can learn from each other and get connected to one another. And so we are part of that ag infrastructure that brings farmers together and helps them build relationships and build networks that then represent a resource for them to reach out to when they've got to make a decision or have a problem on their operation that they need help with. So we certainly I think are a valuable part of that network, and that's something that we value in our organization.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've talked about a lot of resources and a lot of areas that we help farmers. So where does a producer go to find some of these resources that we offer?
Well, the great thing about Extension is that it is accessible. We're set up to be accessible. We're set up to be available to everybody in the state. So one of the things that we're really proud of in Arkansas is that we still have a county office in every one of our 75 counties. So we are not very far from anybody wherever they are in the state. So there is a local extension office in every county. You can find that office on our website. We have a Find Your County Office page on our website that people can go and link and get access, get contact information for their local county office. Of course, the website also has a lot of other resources that people can connect directly with in terms of information, you know, fact sheets and bulletins and other sources of information. But we are and really want to be and strive to be at the fingertips of anybody in this state.
Okay, so so there's an extension agent in every county, and what does extension do to make sure that those agents are concurrent or up to date with what's going on in agriculture?
Well, we expect agents, I feel like we have very high expectations of agents that they will continually learn and progress throughout their careers. I mean, we are part of a higher education institution, and so continual growth in skills and expertise and knowledge is important for all of our personnel. So first of all, our agents come to us trained. Most of our agents have a master's degree. Actually, we require a bachelor's degree to come on board, but almost all of our agents go on and eventually get a graduate degree in some field that interests them. In addition, we do continual training every year with agents. We have an in-service training system so that we can train agents on to upgrade their skills in particular areas or to deal with events that come up or issues that come up and we need a timely response to. So we've got a mechanism to do continual in-service training. And then throughout the year we have a lot of programs. We have field days at most of our stations. Agents are involved in that. That's where we show, you know, the latest research, the latest work that we're doing so that agents can be continually up to speed on that. And then agents have the opportunity at any time on any particular issue to interact with some of the greatest experts in the country. If they need some specific training or information, they've got access to that through our network of specialists. So we've got multiple ways that we can keep people trained and give them not just formal training, but also just basically at the ready access to any information they need to deal with specific problems they're facing in their county or that their producers are facing in their county.
So that sounds like a lot of expense, and so. Sure. And so if I was a producer, I might be sitting here going, whoa, so what's this going to cost me, or how is this funded?
Yeah, well, in Arkansas, we still pretty much give it away for free. There are some states that have moved to a little bit more of a fee for service, at least in some cost recovery, and I'm not knocking that. There are places where that makes sense, right. But we charge for almost nothing. Certainly our programs are free, our field days are free. This is paid for by the taxpayers of the country. And one thing I like to point out to people, the cooperative in cooperative extension means that federal, state, and local governments cooperate in providing funding for this. So we get direct funding from taxpayers at every level of government. Federal, I mentioned the Smith-Lever Act. We still talk about Smith-Lever funds that come to us as part of our budget. The state provides an appropriation that we're very grateful for and hope to be very good stewards of. In Arkansas, we've got very strong county support. So a significant portion of our budget comes from county appropriations that county judges and quorum courts work together to agree on those appropriations and provide us funding every year. And then we support ourselves as much as we can through competitive grants. We've got some great scientists at the University of Arkansas Extension, and they work very hard to identify external funding opportunities through federal competitive grants or industry grants that align with the needs of our stakeholders and allow us to do more work and leverage the resources that the taxpayers give us. So that's how we're funded. We're not funded by our users. We're not a private consulting service. If you go to Europe, they don't really have an extension service, but to the extent that they have anything, it's basically a subsidized consulting service, and people pay for it every time they use it. That's not how we're set up. I think previous generations had the foresight to see that there was a lot of economic development value in supporting agriculture and providing the means to do that through a public system, and that's still how we're supported.
Well, it seems like we're pretty lucky to have such a free service to benefit producers.
Absolutely. Again, I think this is a legacy that we've received from previous generations who really sacrificed to make the investment in this. And in our generation, we really need to be good stewards of that because it's been invaluable in this country and I think continues to be invaluable.
Well, I know it's a busy time of year. I really appreciate you taking some time to visit with us today.
Happy to do it. I appreciate you putting this together, Blake.
Yeah. I would like to encourage everyone to go and visit with their local county extension, get involved with the programs. We'll have some links in the comments that can go to a county locator, and you can find your extension agent's contact information. So again, thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Yep.